And it would appear that we are live. Yes, indeed, folks. Welcome to a D Spot First. It is a historic day, yes, indeed, because I'm going to be doing my very first watch along. It's a watch along to see if we can smash some milestones. Milestones on this channel and milestones on my social media channels as well. Instagram, in particular, has seen some growth, is getting big, is getting bigger. And I want you to make it the biggest Barça channel that is available. Here for this Barça Olympiacos match day 3 in the league phase. And I hope, dear God, that everything will go smoothly. Drop a comment in the comment section so I know that we are chatting, that we are live. That would be fantastic. Like I said, it is a first, not so much a live stream, but a watch along. Plus, I'm using OBS for the first time. Plus, I've done a bunch of things. You see the frame, the overlay. You see over here, we are going to have a proper watch along. No, can't do that. Can't do piracy, of course. But it's going to be a fun event. I have absolutely no doubt, as we are going to be tuning in to this very exciting Champions League clash between Football Club Barcelona and Olympiacos. The Greek Giants are in town, coached by Mendy Libar, the Spanish legendary coach, coaching sides like Sevilla, Eibar, of course, probably best known for his time there. I don't know, that's up for debate. He is a championship caliber coach during his time with the Andalusian squad. I got the face tracking on this, right? I'm using new gear. I got new gear. I'm all excited. And yeah, like I said, I'm hoping that this is going swimmingly. Is there a way that I can check this? Surely there is. Let me see if this live stream is popping. Yes, it is. Okay, fantastic. So here we go. It is live. We're 2 minutes in. Barça's 11 has been announced. The big surprise before we go over the starting 11 is Dro, I would say, in the midfield. Pedri is joining him, and Marc Casado, the Dutchman, is on the bench. And, well, up top, it's Marcus Rashford with Rafinha, as well as you got the double D Spot logo right there. That's something. No sé si me gusta eso. No sé si me gusta. Quizás habría que cambiar esto. Marcus Rashford is today's number 9, and I was expecting that. I was looking forward, actually, to see Rashford in that 9 spot. Fermin Lopez will be taking the left wing position. As I said, Casado finishing up that midfield. Of course, Lamine Yamal on the right. Balde, Eric Garcia, the most informed Barça center-back, will be pairing up with Pau Cubarsí, Jules Koundé. I would expect and suspect that that is the same backline that we will see come Sunday in the Bernabeu. And the man that will stop all of Mbappe's approaches and threats upon the Barça goal come Sunday and today as well. It is Big Tech. It is Szczesny in the 3 sticks. So what do you think of this starting 11 for Barça facing Olympiacos that, well, quite frankly, doesn't have a good record against Barça? I say that I should maybe specify and say that Mendy Libar in particular doesn't have the best of records. I don't know if I like this face tracking. It's going to track me everywhere. I need to get used to this one. Yeah, Mendy Libar, I got this actually from Dan from the Barcelona pod. Excellent preview that you did, my friend. 27-1. 27 losses and 1 win for old Mendy Libar, who has found a good place for him in the Greek league and coaching a fine team over there. Olympiacos, of course, one of those teams that counts on so much home support. Luckily, this game for them will be played over at the Olympic Stadium. It's the Estadi Lluís Companys. Let me say it in Catalan. The beautiful Magic Stadium on the Magic Mountain with that fantastic view of the city of Barcelona. Go over there, folks, if you haven't already. It is a must. You have to visit it at least once before the Camp Nou reopens. It looks like the next date will be around November-ish, but that seems to be the time when we'll be slowly but surely making our return to a partially open Spotify Camp Nou, the No Camp Nou. And in the meantime, I would say if you haven't already, definitely Montjuic is worth a visit. It's the Olympic Stadium, like I said. It was, of course, home for the Pericos, for Espanyol for quite a while, but it's quite a funny moment, to see Barça still playing games there. And you know what? With all the flack and criticism that it got and it continues to get, I like it. I like it for now. Como opción, ¿sabes? De momento, como like an option B. I like it. Champions League nights have been electrifying there. I would say, though, with that being said, that this season the fans, están dejando bastante por desear. The home fans, the home factor, the home court factor, as you would say, using some basketball terminology, has just not been at all present so far this season. That has been a big disappointment indeed. So, like I said, what do you make of this starting 11 with Tech in goal? You got the backline made out of Balde, Eddie Garcia, Pau Cubarsí, Jules Koundé. The midfield, the capitán for today, Pedri, joined by Marc Casado. Lopez on the left. Dro will be the attacking midfielder. I'm excited for that. Lamine Yamal and Rashford as the number 9. Between Dro and Rashford in those positions, I can't wait for today. Like I'm very, very excited for this thing to kick off and see what they can do. Dro, who of course got his debut already in the league a couple of match days ago before the international break. Obviously, I forget exactly which one that was, but it wasn't. No. Well, who was it? Of course. Hostia, no me acuerdo ahora mismo. But it was a match day that probably he would want to forget as well. It wasn't particularly a game, a dream debut, if you want to put it that way. It was quite discreet. That being said, there's a lot of excitement, expectations around this player, and a lot of hope as well that he can develop into a fixed first team starter. Starter or just first team player, I should say. Let's not put too much pressure on the kid that is from Filipino descent, from Galicia, born and raised. In fact, went to the same school as the Alcantara brothers, Thiago and Rafinha. Were graduates, let's say, of that school before they joined La Masia, and he's been lighting it up in the lower ranks for Football Club Barcelona. Very quiet in the chat. Please do not be shy. Let me know what you think of this starting 11 as we are getting closer to kickoff. Another 5 minutes left on the clock before this game will officially kick off. It's an odd kickoff time, that's 6:45. It's right around that time where people are either just getting out of work or about to. I'm curious to see what the attendance will be at Montjuic, seeing as all those people will have to make their way up to the stadium at the top of the mountain. I'm probably expecting that by halftime we'll get the full attendance. I'm expecting probably a slow start in terms of fan turnout in the beginning, but we'll have to wait and see. I kind of like it. Let's kick off early. I mean, I had the day here to prepare for this game, and doing so in the meantime, got plenty of distractions over on the Twitters, that place formerly known as X, where, I've had some entertaining and call it interesting exchanges with some of the White backers. Listen, the mission for today is clear. I would like all of you new to this channel, new to this YouTube channel, to subscribe, hit the alert button as well, hit the bell notification so you never lose out on this good old Barça content that you crave for, that you tune in for, especially all of y'all that are so far away. Make sure that you come and subscribe to this channel where we put out content on, I would say, a daily basis, whether it's a YouTube short or whether I'm putting out a live or an edited video. We're cranking it up, folks. We're cranking it up. We're turning it up a dial. And your support is not just appreciated, it's goddamn needed. Yes, indeed. Let's stick together. Let's stick together. You know what I'm saying? We got to support each other. All right, let me see if I can have a little cheeky play going while we wait for kickoff to finally... Mira. Okay. Listen, by the sound of it, sounds pretty good. Sounds like... Mira, ambientazo, they're saying. Iñaki from the touchlines, the pitch side reporter for the good folks from Movistar for today, saying that there's a good atmosphere so far. Of course, the whistles accompanying the usual UEFA Champions League anthem. Hopefully, one day that can cease to take place. Interesting. So this is being blacked out by OBS. Okay, cool. See, that's good to know. Like I said, this is a first. It's a historic day for the channel. It's a historic day, seeing as I'm approaching the 2,000 subscriber count, and I would love to celebrate that with you guys if possible. What if we transition that bad boy over here, and if we can be cheeky with it? And I would love to celebrate breaking the 2K subscriber milestone on this stream today. It would be quite something. Your support, like I said, not just vital, not just needed. Wow, I'm impressed. OBS is the shit, isn't it? Them folks from OBS know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Okay, we're gonna keep it here. So how can I do it then? Okay, okay, of course. I can just put it in another window so I can watch the match, and I can leave the sofa score up. Of course, Rafinha, Dani Olmo, Lewandowski still out for Barça. Let me know as well if anyone is watching out there in this lonely stream so far. If you can hear the audio, I'll be interested to know that. If you can actually hear the audio of the good folks from Movistar while I flip this window over here. And then we got Gerard Romero doing his tangalang. There we go. Okay, perfect. Hey, the turnout is really, really good, actually. It's a beautiful afternoon here in the Ciudad Condal. It's been raining for the past few days, but today the sun decided to come out and gift us a perfect afternoon for a game of football between these two sides. Barça Olympiacos, folks. Champions League is back, and match day 3 is about to kick off between two historic European sides where, with all respects to the Greeks, Barça is the more talented, and despite the absences as well, the side that have to not just pick up a win today, but I would say play convincing football as well. We see Dani Garcia, was it? And Chiquinho, El Kabi, I think Yusuf Al-Habi is there as well. Is he? Or is he gone? Well, Mendilibar with Garcia, several players that, of course, have La Liga and Spanish football pedigree, as the starting 11 is once again displayed upon our screens. Pedri and Casado. Interesting, the comments as well that Flick had before in a pre-match press conference with regards to Alejandro Balde, Marc Bernal, when asked when he will become more important for this team, one who will rack up more minutes. He very cautiously said, look, he needs to still get to match fitness, needs to improve, be more active in trainings as well before I can give him consistent starting minutes or important big minutes in the games that we and against the opponents that we're facing so far. Of course, this month of October at this point in time especially is crucial as kickoff is officially on the way. Barça on the ball. We got Balde with the first touches. Oh, and a bad pass back as Olympiacos putting Barça here on the back foot. Cazador trying to take it away, and Szczesny with a massive save, a goal-stopping save as Podence, was it? I think it was, with the 56. Yes, it was Podence from way out town with a, dang, a wicked right-footed shot. Nicely tucked away in that bottom corner. Szczesny having to stretch out to make sure that that ball didn't hit the back of the net here in opening minute. The corner though flying in, and Barça really under pressure here early on as they're trying to walk the ball out, but it gets intercepted. Cross comes in, and it's safely tucked away in Big Tech's arms. Oh, how safe we are with Szczesny in goal. Joan Garcia, where's my man? And with all respects to Tech, I love him. I think he's a great personality. I would love to get to know him if ever given the opportunity. But great guy to have a beer or a cigarette with even. But Joan Garcia looks like he will be back. I'm just talking about safety, feeling safe in somebody's arms. Joan Garcia looking like he will be back early November-ish. I saw that he gave some statements. When was it? In the Euro League. I think it was it was the Barça basketball team. Oh my goodness, Podence, little nutmeg on Cazador as Szczesny makes that diving save. But yeah, crucial. I mean, Big Tech. I'm a big fan of Big Tech. I'm just saying, Joan Garcia. It looks like he'll be back early November-ish. Within the first 2 weeks or so. That's more or less what he said. He said, in un mes. And this game that I watched, it was on my birthday. So that's the 5th of October. In case anybody is feeling generous and wants to hit me with a little subscribe. No chats yet. Dang. This is what's up, huh? This is going to be harder than I thought. Hello. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Anyone? Anyone? Any Ferris Bueller fan will know what that is about. All right, back to the game. We're 3 minutes in, yo. Barça on the ball, playing the ball out from the back. And Olympiacos sticking it to our boys here early on. Koundé with a nice pass to Rashford, but it looked like he slipped and was unable to get to that quickly enough. Again, let me know if you can hear the commentary of the good folks of Movistar, and if that is annoying, I can turn it down a little bit. I kind of like to have it because I might get distracted here and there and read one of your many comments and then not know what is actually happening. So that would be fantastic. Look at Gerard. Romero, I'm going to steal. No, pero es que ya hemos empezado. Ahí está. Vale, pues nada. ¿Qué más? Let's go. Draw with a little back heel to Alejandro Balde. Gets away from his defender. Puts it. Oh my goodness. And that's why I wanted that man right there at the number 9. He's got some firepower. Draw with the vision. That's what I want to see from the boy. He's got that in him. Draw with a beautiful pass to... Oh, with the knee. Oh, that was quick thinking. Balde, his pass Just a little bit too elevated, too high for Rashford to get his boot to it, but he was very clever with some quick thinking. He managed to at least get a shot off with his knee that just kissed the crossbar. Mendy Libar, a salute to you, legend. Looks like the Greek island is doing you well. The Greek islands. I don't know where it is. It probably lives in Athens, right? 5 minutes gone. Barça with a good offensive play. The first one, quite frankly. So a good way to answer that initial shock, that little scare that we received from the visitors from Greece. And look, it's important today to get the win. Yes. After the setback against QSG, despite competing against the best team in Europe, and they well and truly are, I was having a conversation with my Madridista counterpart, Kian Sobani, on Churros y Tácticas. By the way, oh, Tech with an awful pass. Jesus Christ, don't do that to me, Tech. Do not do that to me. Please. Vamos, vamos. Vamos, Fermín. You can do it, son. Oh, to Lamin. Yes. Give it. Y es un gol. Yes, Fermín. Fermín. Estás de vuelta. El andaluz. Fermín López with the opener. Yes, indeed. After a beautiful offensive play, Fermín just steamrolling ahead. Managed to get the ball to Lamine Yamal, who did an excellent job dribbling past one or two defenders inside of the 18-yard box. Wanted to get the shot off himself, but there was the Greek goalkeeper, Zolakis, to just nick the ball away from him. Here's that pass. Boom. Ooh! That quick little shimmy to his left. Nice little setup from Fermín. He managed to let the first Greek defender slide past him. But like I said, Zolakis nipping that ball away from Fermín's boots, who then left the honors to his teammate, Fermín López, who managed to get in the one. Now, this is the start. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Dominating, suffocating. Excuse me, I got a little gas. Dominating, suffocating, and pressuring our opponents from the get-go early on. Leave no room for speculation or anything of the sorts. This is what I wanted to see, and what I was alluding to before when I was trying to make that point, that the game against QSG, despite finishing, of course, on a sour note, the loss, that first half, we looked the part. But as we've seen with Barça, this season so far, unfortunately, a little bit too often, is the solid start and then the form dipping as the minutes tick away. That is what happened as well against the side from Qatar. And it was to a detriment, really, because, well, it finished 2-1, but it felt a lot heavier, that defeat, didn't it? It did feel like, you know, QSG are just a level above us. And that's so far the case, as Lamine Yamal dribbles past 1, 2, 3 defenders, gets the ball back from Fermín, puts in a cross. That cross deflected by Zolakis once again. Balde. Oof, I'm liking it. Hey. Este es el, ¿sabes? Y más antes que el clásico. Este es el comportamiento. This is el carácter, el espíritu that we wanted to see. The spirit, the character, the personality before Sunday's game in the nation's capital. Pedri changes his mind, swings it over to the left. Fermín with the one-touch pass to Rashford, who goes down, and Barça get a free kick. All right. I like it a lot. Like I said, we had to get back to not just winning ways, but convincing ways. And more so, of course, after the game against Sevilla that ended up in an absolute debacle. Who would have thought that we would go over to the Sanchez Pizjuan and get handed a poker of goals? The worst defeat in the Hansi Flick era. The first time, I think it was a crazy stat. I might be misspeaking here, but first time in 10 years that we suffered a defeat in the Sanchez Pizjuan, let alone of this magnitude, as Rashford is going to put this one into the back of the net. Watch out. Rashford with a long free kick. Right footed shot! And it hits the side net. Oh my goodness. Not far off whatsoever. The Englishman with that little bounce, keeping the ball low on the ground. And it was a dangerous shot that just went wide off the mark. Yeah, like I said, so that game against Sevilla, an absolute debacle that was. And then the international break that managed to put a halt to the inevitable. I say the inevitable. I mean, why did I need to be careful what I'm going to say here. I knew that the game against Girona was going to be difficult. It's a Catalan derby. It's Girona. It's Michel. Despite their poor form this season, I think they're bottom of the league right now even. I just knew it was going to be a difficult match to play, especially coming back from the international break. Always, again, historically, those are also games that have proven to be not the ones where you see Barça give their best performances, but what we saw in last week's game on Saturday, it was gut-wrenchingly bad. That first half, otro baño más. It was another baño, another bath that Flick's side were receiving. And luckily, and I'm happy to see that so far, 12 minutes gone, the Cooper test, we're seeing Barça with a rejuvenated and improved attitude and character. And let's hope that we can build on this. We're far from finished over here, but let's hope that we can build on this. Use that as a trampoline to get back to the flick ball that we are used to seeing last season. What do you think was the best game so far this season? That's a pretty good question. There haven't been many, I'll be honest. We look at how the season started. Actually, having said that, I have the score here. That 5-0 against Como was pretty nice, wasn't it? I know it was the Gamper and all that, but that one kind of like reassured me to say, because Como, I mean, fuck, how many did they put past Juventus the other day? They're Cesc Fabregas is the hot shit right now. There's no doubt about it. So that game against Como definitely allowed me to be a little bit like, okay, we still got it sort of thing. Now, Mallorca was a 3-0 win. That one was a weird one, wasn't it? With the red cards and all them things flying. Boots, karate kicks flying and red cards flying in that game. So that wasn't really one to draw many conclusions of. Then we had that scare against Levante. Now, Levante, I never trust Levante. And that might just be PTSD from my Paco Lopez days. Where is Paco Lopez? I saw him. He's in Granada. I was going to say Elche or something. I knew it was an Andalusian team. But yeah, Paco Lopez days where Levante, always a team that punches above its weight, that does very, very well against not just Barça, but any of the big sides when they come and visit their home ground. Managed to walk away, scrape a 3-2 victory. Then we had that disappointing draw over in Vallecas. Again, another stadium where historically in recent seasons we've had some absolute awful times And it was no different this season as Rashford finds Fermi Lopez on the left, who hands it off to Alejandro Balde, and Barça win the corner. And, you know, the 6-0 against Valencia. Ooh, Casado with a tackle in the back. Slide tackle. As we're seeing a replay now of the goal. Here's Dro with the cross. So, yeah, probably, I mean, it would have to be the 6-0, isn't it? What was it? We got a brace from Fermin Lopez, I remember. A brace from Lewandowski. And who else? And a brace from Rafinha. Against a Valencia side that whenever they come to visit Catalan Stadium, the Barça stadiums in recent years, they're not faring very well at all. And this season, looking to be an underwhelming one for the side from Valencia. Is heck, again, playing with fire here, just nonchalantly passing that ball to Pau Cubarsí. As Barça now walk the ball out of their half, and they're in the final third of the opponents. Balde bombing forward, finds Dro. Dro takes it on his right. Rashford, the 1-2 with Fermin. That pass didn't deliver, but Koundé with the interception as Lamine is now back on the ball. Lamine wants to take it on his left. He drives. And the Greek goalkeeper intercepting the ball as Koundé forces a foul. So the 6-0 against Valencia, the highest scoring game so far this season. Then we had the debut in the Champions League on English ground in a very difficult stadium over in Newcastle, the 2-1. That victory as well. A little bit, I mean, it could have finished in a draw. Again, Newcastle had plenty of chances to have scored more than just the one goal. In the end, they didn't. But when it comes to performances, and we're talking about convincing performances here, we're talking about, you know, Barça's best games so far this season. That Newcastle game, as entertaining as it was fun football. You know, the English crowds always on top of the players, creating such a great atmosphere. It made it a good watch regardless, despite the fact that Barça were also there, very slow to get out the gates. And not just that, but in the final minutes, allowed Newcastle to at least have the belief and the chances that they would be able to get a point or so out of this game. No corner called. It'll be a goal kick for Barça. Then Barça showing good form at home against Bordalace's Getafe side. Un doblete brace from Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo as well, who's been underwhelming. Dani, where are you, my friend? You were the joker, if you will, in the good sense of the word. Again, I'm maybe translating. This one getting lost in translation here from, ¿cómo se dice? From Spanish to English. But Dani Olmo certainly served as that surprise card. He had that surprise factor to him last season when he arrived and landed on the ground, running immediately, sprinting, scoring goals every time he came out on the pitch. Whether it was in the starting 11 or coming off the bench, Dani Olmo was the guy to put the ball into the back of the net. This season, it ain't looking to be that kind of a season for him. Still early days, of course. And in Flick, we trust to get the best out of him. The deflection nearly getting Barça in trouble as Garcia let it rip from outside. Casado with a block that, like I said, could have spelled some trouble for Big Tech. Casado doing a good job there, getting in touch to it and sending it over. The Catalan goal for a Greek corner. This will go. And then we had what? Oviedo, 3-1. Lamine Yamal clearing this one out of the 18-yard box. A 3-1 against Oviedo. That was a tough game as well, wasn't it? We started off losing. Oviedo, the newly promoted team with very exciting, passionate home fans, gave us all kinds of trouble in the beginning. Barça eventually mounting the comeback as Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres, or Robert Lewandowski, and Ronald Araujo were the goal scorers on that day in a game where, well, we dominated, but it wasn't one of the more memorable Barça performances. 2-1 against Real Sociedad, a Real Sociedad side that also has just been underwhelming so far this season. Didn't perform to expectations, really. Actually, having said that, I mean, they, as they usually do, made life difficult. Yeah, I was just going to say they did score first. Odriozola there, putting Barça on the back foot in the first half by scoring near the half-hour mark before Jules Koundé and Robert Lewandowski led Barça to the win. But a Real Sociedad side that, man, where are they? Oof. Dude, the La Liga standings are absolutely crazy right now. You know, if the last few seasons, last year and the year before, we saw Valencia in the relegation zone, Sevilla in the relegation zone. With all respects to those big Spanish teams, I would say seeing Real Sociedad in 18th right now might be the biggest surprise for me yet. That drop-off is steep, man. Steep. Holy shit. Because in the last few seasons, we're talking about a Champions League caliber team. And right now, they're 18th, man. They're 18th. Could you imagine this season finishing with Real Sociedad and Girona being relegated? You let me know. I have a tough time imagining that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that was a win in the end. Again, it had to be another comeback before we suffered that those two back-to-back losses against QSG and Sevilla I already discussed, and then last week's game against Girona that we could have been down 3-4-1 at the half. Luckily, that wasn't the case, and in the second half they ran out of steam and we managed to put two past them. But my goodness, it looked like it was going to be a good beginning. Pedri scoring that goal at the 15-minute mark, more or less, in Messi-style fashion, just dribbling his way diagonally almost through the 18-yard box before he neatly tucks it away at the far post. But then Witsel scoring the goal of his life. I mean, of all the chances as well that Girona got, the fact that the only goal they scored was probably statistically, percentage-wise, the most complicated one. The bicycle kick. And then it was big Uruguayo, of all people. Probably the most hated man by culés. Unfairly so. Even though I've had my criticism of the Barça center back of late as well. I was very happy to see him score that goal and bring us the win. So here we are. 25 minutes into match day 3 of the Champions League. Barça winning by 1-0. Thanks to that excellent goal from Fermín López, who started the play Tried to hand it off to his buddy, his childhood friend Lamine Yamal, but in the end he got it back. Y el Andaluz put it away, and we salute him for his efforts. So far, Barça dominating in terms of possession, in terms of shots. As you would expect, the Catalans playing at home, in front of their home crowd. A packed Montjuic, by the looks of it. I'm happy to see that the fan turnout and also the noise level of the culés in the stadium is better than that what we have been seeing over the few matches of late. Oh, I got some fucking comments. Spam. Barça Live free. Oh, sweet. I got some spam comments. It's fantastic. Hey, drop a comment. Normally I get at least a viewer or two. Taps, where the hell are you at? Alright. Hey. Why is Gigantes on? There we go. Hey, don't worry. I can do this all day. I'm used to doing this. Not these watch-alongs by myself, but... Me ahorro el comentario este. Venga, va. All right, the Greeks here getting into the Barça 18-yard box. Back-to-back crosses. Koundé tries to clear it. Now blocks it as Fermín López comes to help. Down goes the player. Referee calls no penalty as Pedri, el capitão, kicks that ball away. And Fermín López forcing a foul. Free kick for the Greeks. Let's see what happened here. Koundé, no handball. He's got the arms tucked away. The question now is whether or not... Ay, no lo he visto. Martins, did he get stomped on, yes or no, by Lamine Yamal? If so, then I guess the ref could have called the penalty. Well, I trust the Madridista minions on Twitters to bring that one to my attention. As we're approaching the half-hour mark. The Chiquinho with a cross. Ooh. My God. Zapodens. Costinha with a header towering over Koundé and the Barça defenders to get a header. And bang. Immediately they intercept that ball. This Olympiacos side that gave Arsenal all kinds of problems, as well as Dron doing an excellent job to dribble his way to free them. And eventually the ball finding Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal getting the ball stripped away from him by Martins. Good defending there. Chiquinho injured. Ay, ay, ay. Looks like we have that moment of the game where we unfortunately have to see one of the players leave prematurely. Chiquinho. Yep, the Portuguese player will be out. Never nice to see, of course. No, hombre, no, claro que no.
Gracias por dejarme cerrar esta carpeta, no por esta jugada, sino por estos últimos 8 años del VAR, donde una herramienta tan chula y que nuestra mala praxis plantee que esto pueda ser mano. Quiero decir, el hecho de que podamos hablar de que esto puede ser castigado demuestra a grosso modo lo mal que los árbitros lo estamos haciendo. Se retira Chiquiño, grupo de calma y conversando con los miembros del equipo médico. Si hubiera que apostar,
Disappointing face
tiene toda la pinta de que Chiquiño no continúa. El cambio
for Chiquinho, Portuguese player, leaving the pitch prematurely as the commentators were bringing to attention the non-intentional handball by Jules Koundé in the previous play. I mean, what he cannot chop off his arm. He had his arm literally like this. We're bringing to our attention that in La Liga we have seen those called disgusting plays. Absolute embarrassing moments when you see those types of penalties being called. So Diogo will replace Chiquinho, the good man. Barça now back on the ball. Here's Fermín. Lamine finding Koundé. Mike Toll. Talk about Barça insiders, folks. I put an invitation out to several peeps to see if they could join the stream. And I did realize that I'm not entirely sure if I set up the stream in such a way where I'm able to, say, co-host the live stream with other people. Hold on, I'm gonna give him a call. For all of you watching, Mike Toll, good friend of the days at Barça. Mikey.
Good friend of the days at Barça.
Ah, put that down, son.
What's going on? How's the game going? Look at this. Barça in the lead.
Are you only just tuning in?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it's been
I
pretty.
listened to the first couple minutes in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my go-to as well. I love La Cera. I'm a huge fan of Luis Flaquera, Flaky.
Yeah, they came up with a nice little stat.
What?
Right after Fermin scored. They said that this is the second youngest Barça starting 11 in Champions League history.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that the only younger starting 11 was like 15 years ago against Bate Borisov.
Wow, that is interesting. And what to counter that point, this Olympiacos side is one of the oldest. They have an average age of 30. Can you imagine? It's boys against men out there.
I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, typical Greece.
Old Greek men against young Catalan boys.
Yeah, like they raised the retirement age there.
Yeah, I guess so.
People in Greece work till they're 100.
They gotta. So, well, let me tell you, it's been a decent first half, I would say. Olympiacos had a really good chance within the first minute, and then it's been Barça dominating the ball, dominating. I can't really say chances, but I would say most of the shots. But the real one good chance that they have, actually, I'm reminded now of Rashford just kissing one off of the crossbar as well. But it's been
with a pass from Lamine, right?
Yes. No, it was a pass from Balde that
Okay.
was a little bit elevated, and he had to take it, on his knee. So not the best of shots, let's say, but he tried to make the most of it and just kissed the crossbar. Oh shit, Pedri just went down. He's hitting the floor. Looks like he's okay to continue. But yeah, all right, let me ask you, Mikey, are you at all surprised that Pedri is starting this one and Frenkie de Jong is on the bench? I say because, I saw many comments talking about hoping to see Pedri sit 1 or 2 games out, or at least starting them from the bench and let the Canarian get some rest.
Well, I mean, all these things have to be looked at through the lens of El Clasico
Yeah.
coming up. So why Pedri's starting? I guess Barca's coming off the loss to PSG. The points are at a premium in the Champions League. So, yeah, that's kind of a bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah.
But he does have a couple other non-habitual starters out there. And I imagine that Pedri won't play the whole game. He'll be off probably around the 60th.
Yeah.
But again, risking injury for him. And even with Lamine at this point, maybe Lamine needs to get the rhythm for the Clasico, right?
He does. I mean, Lamine, I understand. I was a little bit surprised to see, of the two, Pedri getting rest and Frenkie de Jong. Frenkie de Jong getting the rest and Pedri being out there. I like the fact that he put Dro out there and Rashford at number 9, though.
Right, the Dro is a surprising move, but a bold move.
Yeah. Would you expect Dro to maybe... this is crazy. I mean, what do you think will be the starting 11 in the Clásico is where I'm getting at? Surely we won't see Dro in the starting 11.
I can't imagine it would be anything other than the best 11 that he has healthy.
Yeah.
El once de gala.
Claro.
But who's going to be healthy? It's such a wild card this year with the injuries. And so it's anybody's guess. We have to make it through another 60, 55 minutes of this game.
Do you think we could? I mean, Ferran Torres is on the bench. Lewandowski isn't. Do you think Ferran will be the number 9 on Sunday, and Rashford will be back on the wing, or do we see a Rafinha perhaps make a start?
I don't know. What's Rafinha's injury status at this point? Is he close to being back?
He's close to being. I mean, he was a doubt for this game. The fact that he's not even on the bench, I find a little bit surprising. I thought that maybe, I guess that is a sign for what's to come on Sunday. I doubt that the Brazilian El Capitão will start.
If he's not even on the bench, anybody that's not on the bench today likely won't start in El Clasico because if Flick had plans on getting the minutes, he would want to get them maybe like 15 minutes at the end of this game, even in mop-up time.
We got a golazo, son. We got a golazo. We got a doblete, a brace from Fermín López. Draw with the setup and a fantastic finish from El Andaluz, from Fermín López, 4-2-0. Slowly but surely putting this game to bed. I might be speaking out of turn here and getting a little bit too ahead of myself, but that was a beautiful, absolutely beautiful interception from Pedri, who sets up Dro, dribbles, lifts his head, and sees Fermín López, who takes
well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done by the ref to give the advantage rule.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that was a hard foul, and in La Liga, if it was Gil Manzano, he would have whistled the play dead. And then given a yellow card to the Barça player for diving. For Pedri right there. It would have been a Pedri dive.
Exactly. And
a free kick for Real Madrid.
And we would have not seen Hansi Flick with 2 arms in the air. It would just be the one. It would just be the one in the air.
Yeah. The difference between the Champions League and La Liga.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Well, good. This is what I was hoping for. I was hoping that we could, and again, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but before halftime kind of put this at a comfortable enough of a distance where maybe in the second half already we can see some substitutions and rest some heavy legs ahead of the Clásico. Because, dude, I don't know how you saw that game over the weekend against Girona, but even coming back from the international break, we were looking gassed, man. We're looking fatigued. Like, fitness-wise, look, Madrid aren't looking great, but my focus is on my players, and we were just not looking optimo, let's say.
Yeah, I was talking about that with one of the guys I was watching the game with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a head scratcher as to why the injuries and why the players appear to be tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just after the international break. Stepping back for a second, looking at the Girona game, Barça did not deserve to win that game.
No, I agree. I was saying as well, at halftime, Girona could have been up 3-4-1.
Yeah, I don't even think Barça deserved a point out of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Girona, but good teams, give Barça credit. Good teams, excellent teams, find a way to win.
Y saben sufrir, right? As they say in Spanish.
Yeah, even when they don't have their best day, they find a way to win. But going back to the injuries, everybody knows it's out there. The team looks tired. They've got some injuries early in the season, as they did last season. Barca had a very injury-plagued side until late in the fall.
Yeah, definitely.
Without Pedri for several games.
Yes.
Araujo, I don't even think played until November.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that's surprising about that is that Barca is like the only major team that didn't have any of its players playing in summer tournaments. Barca was not in the Club World Cup.
Correct.
And when we went into the summer, I felt in June as if Barca was going to come out of the summer a leg ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, me too.
Because the only big teams that didn't have players getting tired in the United States in 40-degree heat, Celsius heat, were Barca. Who were the other ones? Liverpool and Inter? Who were the other?
The three, correcto, yeah, the three champions
Barca,
of the
Liverpool,
big three
Inter
leagues.
were the big three that should have been in the Club World Cup.
The champions, yeah.
But that weren't in the Club World Cup, and it was a bit of it was a catch-22 because, especially for Barca, they needed to be at the Club World Cup for the exposure, the money, the jersey sales. It would have been a bonanza. They had to go on a summer tour to Asia.
I know, which also was like quite, very doable. It was a week over in Asia and Japan, and it wasn't very, what's the word, tasking or very...
very taxing. No,
taxing.
And they played weak opponents.
Yeah.
It was the weakest preseason schedule that Barca had. And that's an interesting point that you made there. It adds another layer to this. Why are the players tired and injured? Because they didn't play summer tournaments. They didn't play in the Club World Cup. They didn't play a taxing preseason schedule. And so there's really no excuse.
Exactly.
The previous summer, Barca had a bunch of players in the UEFA Euro.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And they played in the preseason in the United States, Real Madrid, Manchester City, and AC Milan.
Exactly. And who can forget when we had the Euros and the Olympics as well? We had a ton of players in there. Cubarsí, Fermín, Pedri. Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why social media has been, I guess, pointing the finger at the medical staff. I don't know whether you blame the medical staff, but it's kind of it's a head scratcher why they're tired and injured. Because if there's any team that should be in shape, it should be Barca.
So let me ask you this: do you think it's complacency already setting in? The kind of feeling or attitude where we're coming in as champions, doblete, Liga, Copa. Oh, we're playing in Girona that aren't the same as they used to. We're playing in Oviedo that is recently promoted.
It's certainly a factor. That's a fair point. It could be a factor. I mean, it shouldn't be like that after just one season. Although, in hindsight, and you know this as a Barça insider, as I do too, Hansi Flick got the most out of his team last year, surpassed all expectations by busting their asses in the preseason and throughout the season, and had those guys, running at full speed with the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, exactly.
All season long.
Exactly.
And so, lest we forget, Barca did have a stretch last fall in November and December.
Yep.
Where I think they only picked up like 6 points in La Liga out of like 24 in play or something like that.
We lost the lead. We were top. Yeah.
I think they had one win. And I think 3 draws in like an 8-game stretch and 4 losses.
Yeah.
It was an 8-game stretch. They had 1 win, 3 draws, and 4 losses, I think. And everybody said they looked tired.
Yeah.
But, of course, they bounced back after Christmas. And Barca went on a nice run with some nice comebacks, and they got a second wind. So you're kind of hoping this year that it's going to be the same thing, although they're looking gassed much earlier this fall than they did last year.
It's pretty... Yeah, it's quite inexplicable.
I think the main factor, as far as them being tired, and maybe if you want to call it complacent, is the age factor. Both from a physical standpoint, these guys are all 17, 18, 19, 20, almost all of them. Not the Lewandowskis, Rafinha's 27, but
Rashford,
most of these guys are really young. And last year was the first time they ever played 70 games or whatever it was. So there may be lingering exhaustion from one season to the next at that age.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon. And the injuries too, because I remember Pedri when he was 16, he played that entire season. He played like 80 games in the Olympics, and then he was injured almost the entire next season.
Yeah.
So that could play a factor. And then that's the physical side. And the psychological side, younger players, they may be mentally tired from the day-to-day and all the success they had last season. Not to say that they're, that they're putting it on cruise control because they think they have it all figured out. Although Lamine Yamal, I have my doubts. Sometimes he appears as if he's on cruise control, that he's the man, the sunglasses.
And how do you like the crowning? Him self-crowning.
I don't like him self-crowning.
No.
I would like to see more of the Leo Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo work ethic, go to bed at 10 p.m., eat your protein.
Yeah, totally.
And
me too.
Get away from the girls, get away from the trips, get away from the boats.
Yeah.
Do that stuff when you're 35 and you've won 5 Ballon d'Oros.
Yeah. Or don't.
Or don't, right. I mean...
Or just be classy and be humble, stay humble. But
that's what separated Messi and Ronaldo from the pack for 17 years.
Yeah, totally.
They didn't, have the pitfalls of the Ronaldinhos and the Neymars.
Yeah. No.
And a lot of that is entourage related, as we know.
Yeah, it's exactly entourage or directly family as well. I mean,
family entourage. I kind of wanted to get at that without calling out family.
Who was saying no filters just before starting this stream? I'm only coming on if they're fucking going balls to the wall.
I have the utmost respect for you, Diego, so I'm not going to step over the line unless you really get me going.
I mean, look, there's no affiliations. I've affinity to my family and, of course, to the club. But other than that, that's where I draw the line. And that affinity does not cross into politics. Look, I don't know his dad, obviously, personally, and I don't know... I know bits and pieces of their
He's
story.
a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker. Everybody knows it.
Right.
It's like an open secret.
Yeah.
And the club, unfortunately, has to kind of toe the line because they need to stay in the good graces of those closest to Lamine Yamal in order to keep him at Barça for a long, long, long time. But at the same time, they want to do what's best for the kids. So it's not an easy situation for the club either, you know. To give the club the benefit of the doubt there, it's not an easy situation to deal with.
No, it's not. It's very, very touchy. And, you know, when it gets to family and agents and players and egos, and especially at this age, and you've got the Sharks swimming ever so close with big bags of cash. Oof, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the Neymar deal is the closest thing that we have in recent memory. Is that when things started to go downhill with the relationship with Neymar's father over money, you know, he wanted more money, and the club was like, well, I don't know about that. And he's like, all right, well, PSG's putting up the money. We're out of here.
It's like every year that was a topic, man. It was really the 6-1 that cemented his exit, and it was more than just money, wasn't it? It was like has been documented, I think, quite accurately, the stepping out of Messi's shadow. I think that picture did so much damage, where he was like, look, I'm never going to become the face of this team, this organization, while Messi's around. I got to do it by my.
That's kind of a cop out.
You think so? You think it's money?
There's some truth to that. That stepping out of the Messi shadow, but I think that behind that excuse, it's show me the money.
Sure.
He would have been more than happy to be Messi's sidekick if he's making $75 million a year. But the ego on some of these players is, and Vinicius is a prime example. They're like, yeah, that's all great. You can say what you want. Show me the money.
Yeah.
And if they look at it as like disrespect, that my number is so much lower than his number that it's not proportional to the contributions. You know, Neymar wasn't going to say, I'm just as good as Messi, but he would have said, hey, I'm 70% as good as Messi, and I should be making 70% of his money.
Right. So do you think that's just a unsustainable situation right now?
With Lamine?
No, with Vinny and Mbappe? You think that's a pressure cooker waiting to burst?
Yeah, I think it's a pressure cooker waiting to burst. He wants Mbappe money, but he's not holding any of the cards right now because he has not played well, and he didn't finish. What did he finish in the Ballon d'Or?
Oh man, I don't know if he cracked the
He finished ahead
top
of
50.
Lewandowski somehow.
Yeah.
But you know, Vini is a bit of a joke. I say it. You know, his best days are behind him. He's never going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Wow, that's it. He's a write-off, huh?
He might as well have just taken the money they offered him in Saudi Arabia.
Ooh.
Because they were offering him, you know, a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
Much more than he's going to make with Real Madrid. But I think he also senses the prestige of playing for Real Madrid. But I imagine it's, you know, he's on, I want to say, I think he's got this year and next year. And another year left on his contract.
Yeah, right.
So I think this will all come to a head at the end of this season, depending on the successes of Real Madrid, that they may just end up selling him in order to not lose him without a transfer fee the following season.
I think that makes sense. I wonder where he will go. I mean, you say he will never reach his maximum potential again. I think that is true if he takes the Saudi money. I think if he doesn't and shows his more ambitious side and goes for a QSG or in the Premier League somewhere, or Chelsea or whatever.
He won't with Real Madrid at the very least. Because he'll be in Mbappe's shadow. he's not the player that Mbappe is.
Yeah.
And at most, he's going to be a role player like a Luis Suarez was to Leo Messi.
And that's not little, man. That's not little.
No, but and Luis Suarez, credit to him, always had the humility of saying, "Hey, I'm fine with that.
Of course.
I'll ride the wave, man. I don't need to be the man."
Yeah.
But
totally.
Neymar wanted to be the man.
Yeah.
And Vini wants to be the man. He's a showman. He's a showboater.
Yeah. So
he wants the camera.
What's gonna happen before I take a break here? I desperately need to take a piss, and it's halftime. What's gonna happen on Sunday?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised either way because Barca has had a habit of surprising the shit out of me. I thought they were going down to Girona. And I don't see Barca in form this season. Mm-hmm. But somehow we always end up, at least in recent seasons, besting Real Madrid. We just match up well with them.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, remontando. I mean, Barca's de las remontadas.
Barca's just got Madrid's number.
As well. But that's what worries me, man, because statistically, the odds are against us. I don't remember, at least in my lifetime, beating Madrid, the Whites, 5 consecutive times, Mikey. That is what I'm like. That's why I'm mega cautious.
You're saying that, like, based on Barca's recent successes, that it's going to have to revert to the mean at some point?
At some point, exactly.
Maybe, but I don't know if I see that now. Honestly, I'm looking at like a draw. I'm either looking at a draw.
Okay.
I don't see either team way better than the other. It's in the Bernabeu, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Get my scheduling right.
Yep.
Real Madrid's in turmoil. Barca doesn't look good, in my opinion. They're not even close to where they were last season. But, it's El Clasico. So you might as well just flip a coin. But I wouldn't be surprised with a draw. Like a 1-1 low-scoring draw.
Jesus. That's dire. Wow. I'm going to go for...
That's dire?
Oh, a low... Yeah, I mean, after... It's been fireworks, these Clásicos. I just... I think... You're painting an accurate picture based on the forms of these two teams, but it just doesn't correspond with Flick's Barça and the way that we've approached these matches against Madrid,
right.
Under the German manager. It's got to be like a 3-all or like a 3, 3-0 for Barça or,
look at it from the perspective of both of the teams are tired. So I think the firepower isn't quite there. I mean, look at Barça against Girona. Barca was like sleepwalking through that game. Real Madrid's going to come out firing on all cylinders just based on pride. So is Barca. The game's at 4:15 p.m. Which is notoriously a
Siesta
tough slot
time
for Barca. Which the league basically stuck them with the corrupt league stuck them with to try and screw Barca. I don't know who the referee is yet. And the forecast is for much cooler temperatures, by the way. I don't know if you know that. The temperature's going to be dropping drastically over the weekend.
Okay.
And on Sunday, the high temperature is going to be like 16 degrees Celsius and the low of about 10 degrees. So it's going to be quite chilly. And it's supposed to be raining all day.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, sorry. That's in Barcelona. In Madrid, I think it's going to be cooler than that. Even colder, but I don't know about the rain. It's going to be raining in Barcelona on Sunday.
Well, I mean, the wet, like a wet pitch, traditionally sort of favors Barca's playing style. It gives it more fluidity, faster pace. We'll see.
But it makes it tougher to score because it's tougher to hold on to the passes.
Listen, Mike, one last thing. Tiger Woods, I'm reading here, toca fondo y se acerca al cero absoluto en el ranking. What's up?
Tiger?
What's up with Tiger Woods?
What kind of podcast
is
this?
You're the golf man. I'm the wannabe golf man. I'm seeing my boy Tiger tocando fondo.
Tiger Woods is like
jamás ha caído tanto y podría llegar al Masters sin puntos.
Because he's not playing. He's not picking up points. He's not playing any tournaments. He's like Gerard Piqué. He's all business now.
Oh, okay. But he's still playing Masters.
No, I don't even think he played He might have played Masters, but that's just one tournament. In order to be in the ranking, you got to play regularly to pick up points.
I guess they're saying, but for whatever Masters he's signed up to, he could be participating that one with having no ranking.
And every Masters winner has once you win the Masters and you get the green jacket, you have the right. You are automatically exempt and invited to that tournament for the rest of your life, no matter how old you are.
Oh wow! Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even like Arnold Palmer, when he was like 89 years old, he was teeing it up in the Masters.
Okay.
Because he won it when he was like 35 in like 1950.
Okay.
And he got to tee it up. Tiger will be there to tee it up.
And how did he do in those, Palmer?
They get cut. They shoot like in the 80s.
Yeah. Okay.
They shoot like 88.
It's dead weight. Okay.
They can't compete, but that's the Masters. You know, it's like.
Well, it's a nice honor.
Tiger's exempt.
I got you. Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Mike. I appreciate it, my friend. Listen, I'm gonna cut this stream for now because, like I said, I has to attend the ladies' room and take a monster piss. Mike, you gonna watch the second half or what?
I got the TV on right in front of me. I got you on the MacBook.
Okay.
I'm talking to you on the phone.
Okay.
With the MacBook open, I'm watching you laugh on delay.
Well, you know what? I was actually gonna cut the stream and just give this one a pass for now and see what the family is up to because it's just been me, myself, and I so far, and it's been a lonely stream so far. So.
Yeah, but it's gonna be up there on your account.
Yeah, I know.
People will be able to go back and watch it on demand, and I think that they'll get some good Barça insider insights.
Well, this last part has definitely been the highlight. I'm gonna make sure I clip this and give it its own proper upload and stream. But all right, well, look, let me go and do my thing. Let me see if I can mute so that. For obvious reasons. See, I'm such a rookie. Dude, I sent you the invite or I sent you the link to the stream just assuming that you would be able to pop on and I could just have you join. That's obviously not the case. But nice. I think we found a good little intermediate or like a quick solution, let's say, to that problem. I enjoy having you here on the speakerphone. But
go take a piss.
Let me go piss.
And then look, and I don't know, dude. I'm here on camera. You want to set it up for the second half?
Okay, perfect. All right, I'll stick around for the second half, knowing that you're there.
Go empty the tank and get back to me. I'm here in front of the TV.
Excelente. Vale, I'll give you a call back, okay?
I hope it comes out well.
Vale, thank you. All right, good folks. On that note, yes, I'm going to take a quick break. It would be nice just to mute it, no? I mean, can I mute this stream? Ay. Millennial boomer in action here. I really gotta go piss. All right, no mute button. Da igual. Ya está, coño. ¿Qué más da? Ah, mira aquí. Ya lo tengo. Ah, suckers. You won't be able to hear shit. All right, we'll be right back. Second half is about to kick off. The players are already back on the field. Mikey is waiting for my call. In fact, the kickoff has already happened. Second half is on the way. Mikey is waiting for the call back. We'll be right back. I knew some funny business was gonna happen. That face tracking. Yeah, I would like to enable video, bud. And I did Google it. However, I think it's a setting I need to adjust as I set up the stream. Let's see if I can do it here. Yeah, it's something I need to do, I think, in the beginning while I set up the stream. Advanced. No. No, I can't do it from OBS. It has to be done on YouTube, and I didn't do that. Now, I just saw Frankie warming up. Here comes Olympiacos. And the fucking goal. God damn it. You saw it coming. He had the header right there. Already in the first cross. The first cross coming from the left. I think it was Podence. Gabi. Scraping that ball. And then from the right. For fuck's sake. This one. He already had it there. Eddie Garcia. Getting a touch to it. Looks like it's going to go out for a corner. That's a nice pass. Hey. Podence with that outside of the boot trademark Lamine Yamal type pass. So, what are you going to do? All right, we're going to have to sweat it out. Let me call Mikey. Quizás hay mano. There might be hands.
Yeah, that goal just went in.
Oh, so you're a bit delayed.
Inside the post. I'm watching the replay right now.
Okay, so no, they're now saying it might be a handball. The ref is going to check out VAR.
On the shooter.
No, I think it's Podence. I didn't see the handball, quite frankly, so I'll be surprised.
I don't see a handball anywhere.
Vamos a ver. It's in the first chance. So the cross that came in from the left. Hostia puta, it's Eddie Garcia. It's Eddie Garcia that commits handball. So it would be penalty.
No, but they're not.
No, then it's advantage, right?
They would pull the goal away and give a penalty kick?
No, surely they give advantage.
That would be...
Y hay fuera de juego. So hold on, there's an offside. Es que lo estoy escuchando a medias.
Yeah, but that's unintentional.
Penalty. Wow. That's
but his arm looked like it was on the guy's head.
That's a harsh penalty. If I'm Olympiacos right now, I'm pissed.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about that.
So
I'm watching English TV. I'm watching it on TNT Sports, and they're saying I don't see why they would call it back.
Okay. Well, they did.
Wow. That's
Well, it's a lifeline for Barça. Big Tech.
They're already up 2-0.
Big Tech has to step up right now. Espera, que es que me están llamando. Stop.
You there, bud, or what?
Yeah, I'm there.
You got another call.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was saying that I was getting a call. Yeah. So, well, the penalty has been taken. You're in a delay that makes this a bit of a struggle. ¿Puedo cantar goles o me espero? I'm always going to see it a little bit sooner than you. Are you there?
No, that's right. Real time, man. Call it. Call it as you see it.
Okay. Bueno, pues marcan. Ya está. Ahora sí, 2-1.
Wow, inside the other post. So this guy hit the post twice. One on the real goal, one on the...
Well, it was deserved. I tell you what, like, these are the kind of situations where I just prefer the goal to be given, for them to take the goal that they deserved anyway, because it seemed ridiculous. I don't know the explanation they gave. I think it had something to do with the offside. The fact that he was offside, that means that play would have been annulled or una cosa así.
No, it's not. No, because that player that was offside was not involved in the play right there, was he?
Right. So then you go from that to the next play, which is the handball.
And it wasn't exactly an egregious handball.
Well, I mean, look.
It barely touches his arm.
Yeah, but he has his arm extended. It's out. It hits him just at the upper arm. You want to see that given. You want to see that given, especially these days.
Anyway, so now we have ourselves a ball game here.
Yeah, we got ourselves a ball game. A spice and ball.
I was going to say, before all the... Before all the shenanigans with the penalty and the VAR,
yeah,
I was gonna say it's just another example of weak ass defending from Barça that they just can't allow to happen, especially in the Champions League.
Moments of lapses, yeah, definitely. It's happened several times. We've conceded obviously much more than last season, and so far this stage of the season.
Well, I mean, but it's that's true, but it's kind of a pattern that this all started last year in the home stretch against Borussia Dortmund when Barca conceded.
Yeah.
A bunch of goals against Borussia Dortmund and still came out on top. Barca conceded a bunch of goals in the earlier stages of the Champions League too, but they managed to outscore just based on the firepower, with Lamine, Rafinha, and Lewandowski basically scoring at will.
Yeah, Barca's lacking shooters, rematadores right now. Yeah.
You know, I mentioned it on my my podcast earlier in the season, back in August. The Barca team last year was the third highest scoring Barca team in history.
Yeah. Exactly.
With 174 goals.
Yeah.
The only two Barca teams that scored more goals than Barca did last season were the Luis Enrique treble-winning team with Messi, Neymar, Suarez.
Roja, Eze. Olympiacos down to 10.
Oh, man. Okay, so...
That's his second yellow, I think. Yeah, that is his second yellow. Yeah. This is funny. You know, Mikey... he touches us with the shoulder. Then Casado somewhat... Man, that's a weak-ass second yellow. Hey,
yeah, that's two questionable calls in a row that have gone for Barca.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a weak-ass yellow. Because it's not even a counterattack, and he didn't actually grab the jersey. He grabbed him kind of a hand on the shoulder.
Come on, dude. That's another lifeline. Jesus. And I don't like receiving these whatsoever. It reminds me of another team that gets these lifelines. I
don't want to be pedantic.
What?
But Barca's in the lead, so it's not a lifeline.
It is, though, because now you're playing against 10 men. You have at least a one-man advantage for still 30 minutes, over 30 minutes of the game. And technically, that's an advantage. I'm not saying it always is. Yeah,
it's an advantage.
It's an advantage. I don't like playing against a 10-man team because the low block no favorece al Barça. O sea, el estilo del Barça, they prefer fluid, attacking football from both sides where they have more space as opposed to now. Mendilibar is going to drop his guys deep. It'll be a low block with trying to aprovechar any counterattack that we know even can hurt this Barça. This Barça defense has been vulnerable, like you were just pointing out. It's like
sure.
No me gusta esto.
Yeah, so I was saying, sorry, and now there comes De Jong. That's kind of a little unexpected ahead of a Clásico, but it is only Tuesday, so
yeah,
there are 5 days to go.
Come on, these guys should be able to fucking play 30 minutes of football and you're fine.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're worried about them being tired for Sunday, but at this point, if it wasn't 2-1, he wouldn't have come in the game. You just worry about somebody getting a crazy injury. Or like pulling up lame with like a hamstring or something. Twisting an ankle, which
right.
De Jong has had ankle issues. So yeah, the two higher scoring Barca teams were the Luis Enrique treble winning season.
That's right.
With Messi, Neymar, Suarez, and then Guardiola's third season, the 5 cup winning season. Guardiola had the 6, the none, the 5, and I think the 1 in his final season. That third season, they scored like 190 goals or something like that with Thierry Henry, David Villa, and Messi, and maybe Pedro. I don't know. Was Thierry Henry still on that team? I don't remember it. But it was. I think it was Messi, David Villa, and Pedro. So Barca had a lot of firepower last season. Rafinha had a career year, like 34 goals. Lewandowski scored a bunch. Lamine Yamal actually didn't score that many goals when you really break it down. He was the third highest scorer on the team, but Barca was able to outscore their defensive lapses.
Totally. And that's what I'm saying. Those scorers are gone right now. Lewandowski's not there. Fermin Lopez isn't there. Rafinha isn't there.
And their steadiest defender from last season is gone too.
He's also gone.
Inigo Martinez, who is the master of keeping everybody online for the offside trap. No disrespect to Kubarsi, but Kubarsi being young, he's a phenomenal talent. The experience of Inigo Martinez should not go unmentioned, and his leading spirit. And so you've got this double whammy for Barca this season where they're scoring less and
the defensive key piece is gone. Yeah, exactly.
They're giving up more.
Yeah.
And so, even if they were scoring a lot, it's like the reason why they didn't make it to the final of the Champions League last season were defensive lapses. It's the old adage. Big in the United States. People don't really talk about it in football because it's not a high-scoring game, so to speak. But
defense wins championships.
But yeah, offense wins games, defense wins championships, which tends to be an NBA, NFL analogy.
Yeah.
But it stands true in football as well. You tell me which top European team in the last 30 years that won multiple titles didn't have a world-class defense. You tell me one.
I can't because
you could not only you can't name one. They all had world-class defenses.
Exactly.
But even the teams that won Champions Leagues, that you may have said, oh, that's a weak Champions League winning side.
You can't.
Like, for example, Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan side that they knocked out Barça back in the day.
Coño, era todo defensores.
Yeah,
defense
they were
was
not
there.
an offensive juggernaut.
No.
But they were so good defensively.
Exactly.
That they won.
But even like the offensive, that's what I'm thinking, like the offensive team, the Barças, the ones that I like to watch, the Ajaxes, the Hollands, the Spains, like those had, you're talking about Piqué, you're talking about Puyol, obviously, Ramos, Nadal, legendary defenders.
Look who Barca had in the Guardiola era as their back four.
Exactly. Yeah,
they had,
Piqué,
in the beginning, it was Puyol and Rafa Marquez.
Exactly, yeah.
With, who were the wing backs? Who were the fullbacks back on that team? I'm trying to...
Dani Alves and...
Dani Alves came, I think, after...
You had
he wasn't there for the first Guardiola season, was he?
You had...
In 08?
When Dani Alves coming from Sevilla, when he still had this Dani Alves...
I think it was Gianluca Zambrotta was one of them.
Zambrotta, yeah, of course. Zambrotta.
But after that, it was always Piqué, Puyol, who were on the FIFA Pro World 11 like every season.
Yeah.
They had Eric Abidal. They had Dani Alves. And there were no holes in the Barca defense. And then, of course, in the midfield, they had Xavi and Iniesta, who were not giving up the ball.
I'm thinking
ever.
now, even Thuram played defense on early
was there.
Pep's teams. Yeah.
But, I mean, the big guys were Piqué and Puyol, who for those 3 or 4 years, Barca just didn't concede. They won. They went through a lot of Champions League rounds.
We're conceding too much. Yeah.
1-0, 2-1 over 2 legs. They just didn't concede.
Penalti, esto es penalti, coño. Pítalo, joder. Esto sí. O también. No hay penalti. Dios mío. A ver, the slow-mo. Bueno. Rashford is definitely looking for... No, I guess I wouldn't give that. Rashford is looking for the contact. You could give it. He doesn't touch the ball. Zolakis. He's not touching the ball. You could give that. ¿Lo ves o no?
Yeah, I'm taking a look at that. I think that at this point, the referee is loath to make another questionable call.
I think he might be going to VAR. Ya lo va a ver.
And if you want me to... I'm not the biggest Rashford fan out there, but it looked to me like Rashford kind of started going down before he made contact.
He's looking for the contact. The thing is that Zolakis is not touching the ball.
He kind of dragged his foot.
He doesn't touch the ball. Rashford gets a final touch. Va a pitar penalti.
I think one thing is clear. If this is El Clásico, it would be penalti para Real Madrid.
Pues mira, penalti para el Barcelona. Penalti para el Barça, tío. This is a funny position to be in today, especially today. I don't know. You probably do you get on Twitter much?
I'm trying to. I'm in Twitter detox.
That's good. I need to, man. I'll tell you what. I take no pleasure being on Twitter. It's a hellhole. It's like another universe. It's a parallel universe, a bad one, the worst one. A ver, hold on. Lamin, where are you? How much is the delay? Lamin is about to take it.
I'm at 66 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh, man. There's Morse code for Lamine Yamal just scored the 3-1 for Barça in the 67th minute from the penalty spot. You know why I'm making that noise. I know how many viewers do we have, Mikey? 2, I think. Viewers, if you don't know, now you know. What is it, Mikey?
This is it's better.
La Ser is the best.
It's better to have just 2 viewers because then when you make it big, you'll be able to look back and be like, that's where it all started.
Of course. No, but I'm saying the noise. Where am I getting that from? The Morse code.
U571.
Coño. Do you listen to La Ser o no? ¿Tú escuchas La Ser o no?
Yeah, the goal alert.
Thank you, the goal alert from La Ser.
Yeah.
Fucking Morse code.
Yeah. Yes. Alcorcón acaba de marcar un gol contra Huelva en la Segunda División B de España.
Yes. Me encanta todas las competiciones. It sends like stress. It's stress for my entire family because I have that shit on full blast when Barça is playing and they just van cantando todos los goles de todas las divisiones.
Mirandés abre el marcador contra Amorebieta 1-0 aquí en el País Vasco.
Minuto 13. El Elche vuelve a marcar. I love the different accents. El tío de Andalucía acaba de marcar el Elche.
I love when they name clubs that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Except in the last 64 of the Copa del Rey.
Yeah.
Like in July.
Yes.
Like the Copa del Rey preliminary play-in rounds.
I don't know if I go that deep. I don't know if I've got
fifth division. Like San Andreu acaba de marcar en Casa de Europa, aquí en el barrio de Barcelona.
Yes.
It's like next to my house.
You live next to San Andreu?
No. It's close. My son plays against San Andreu this weekend. I'm excited for that.
Nice. Oh, hold on.
In Cadete.
A ver, lúcete. Tell me what division is your son playing at? Your boys are...
he plays in Cadete, which is
under
Cadete,
16. Yeah.
Preferente.
¿Qué es preferente? I don't know that classification.
Preferente is like the second highest.
Second, okay.
League. The highest league is División de Honor.
Vale, sí, claro. División de Honor, okay, yeah.
There's División de Honor, Preferente.
Debería saber esto.
First Division, Second Division.
Yes. See, that's why I'm no longer calling games at Barça TV.
And they're playing San Andreu this weekend, who are in first place, and they're undefeated through 5 games. With like 25 goals scored, and they haven't conceded yet.
Wow.
They're apparently amazing.
Holy shit. Well, San Andreu is an excellent school and club, academy. I mean, so much history there.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Yeah. I need to go look. I want to take my kids to see a game there. I did the Catalan Derby just a couple of weeks ago, and learned more about it. Then there's a great Copa.
Wait, which one did you do? San Andreu against Europa?
Barça? No, against Barça.
Oh, Girona, Barça.
No, San Andreu, Barça.
Okay.
I did
the biggest.
The Barça Athletic. This was in the.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to talk crazy derby in the city? The craziest one is San Andreu versus Europa.
Yeah, I guess.
It is insanity.
Sure. Right. But do they have as intimidating of a like home crowd, those of Europa?
Yeah, for those games, it's like more intimidating because the stadiums are small.
Yeah, but San Andreu is like, it feels like you're in Argentina, like in El Barrio.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Europa, so my son played against Europa on Sunday for the juveniles, for the under-19 team.
Okay.
But he's only 15, my son.
Right. So? Was it crazy? That's amazing. Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's amazing. So I thought there was going to be more.
No, well, so he's only 15. He plays in the under-16 league.
Yeah.
But they called him up to play for the under-19 team.
Dude, that's crazy. That's amazing.
Against Europa, which is another prestigious Barcelona city club.
No, it is Europa. You look at Barça's lower, like the youth ranks, and están pescando allí. Like that's where they get a lot of the players from Español, from Europa. Yeah.
No, and the Europa team and San Andreu and those other clubs in Barcelona and Sabadell and Terrassa, they also poach from Barça.
Yes.
Because the La Masia players, the ones that aren't starting, that aren't considered like the next up and coming stars, the guys that don't get a lot of minutes, after about a season or two in La Masia, and they hardly get any minutes, but they're excellent players, other clubs come to them and they say, hey, you'll be a starter for us, and you'll probably be the captain, and you'll play every minute of every game.
It's
and
a
get just as
trampoline
much
for them.
Exposure, and they say, you know what, I'll do that.
For sure. And as they should. Makes complete sense. Makes total sense.
So I think from apparently the San Andreu team that my son's playing this Saturday, apparently their striker, their number 10, left I'm not sure, either Barça or Espanyol because he wasn't playing. And apparently he's amazing. The reports are that he's phenomenal.
Rashford, baby. Ahora sí, done and dusted. Vamos. Ahora sí, coño.
So is a Flick gonna empty the bench or what?
Sí, hombre, sí, espero.
Like Lamine should not be on the field.
Not anymore. Ya está. Put him to bed. Put him to bed. Let's rest up some legs.
Very, very poor goalkeeping.
Sí, pero el gol es bonito. You're not a Rashford fan. I am. I'm here to throw some flowers. Like, he is the only... You have to understand, Mikey, in the absence of Lewandowski and Ferran and Rafinha, he is our firepower, dude. You know, we can't depend on Pedri. We can't depend on Lamine. I mean, sure, we can depend on those to help create, but the ones that finish, as you rightly pointed out, that was the third high-scoring team, are all absent. In the absence of them, Rashford has been a focal point, as he should be, because he's been... Look at him. He's been putting him to the back of the net, either setting them up or putting him to bed. And
I'll give Rashford
you gotta give him
credit.
more flowers, man. You gotta give him... Here, Lamine is out. Lamine is out. Yes,
I'll give Rashford the credit in that I didn't believe that he was any kind of a solution this summer. You know, because they didn't even want him. He was like their second or third choice. They wanted Iñaki Williams.
Come on. Yeah, obviously, but hey...
And Rashford appears to be, for a lot of people, you know, at the twilight of his career, because, you know, he's been around a long time. But I think the one ray of light for Rashford was, hey, maybe this guy just needs a change of scenery and to get away from England.
Yeah, of course.
And apparently that's exactly what he needed because he's outperforming.
Yes.
Give him credit. I'll give him credit.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
I'm not going to rip Rashford too much more if he continues doing these things.
Neither should you rip him. Ever since he put on a Barça shirt, you should support him. Give him a chance. Venga. Oh, otro más. Es el hat-trick. Es Fermín. Sí, señor. Vamos. Oh, yeah. Hey, Fermín catching confidence right before the Clásico. It's trouble for Madrid now, my friend. I am feeling more confident.
I was just going to say, are you feeling... Now the discussion is this a good boost of confidence, or do we now risk overconfidence with a 5-goal outburst?
Bueno, no, Rooney Bargy. Oh, Rooney! I didn't even see that dribble of Rooney. Oh, in the pass where he slips. Oh, you got to look at the Rooney play. I'm a Bargy supporter. That's what I mean, man. You got to support all these guys, any of these guys, when they have a Barça shirt on. That is fantastic. Look, Rashford, Bargy, Fermín López, all these guys have to step up now. There's too many players out and banged up that were important. And again, I'm happy you made that point. So important that it helped to put this club as the highest scoring ever. And
can I bring you back to earth a little bit?
No. We have to be believing the hype before Clásico.
This is 10-man Olympiacos here.
I don't care. We're pummeling them to the ground, my friend. We're pummeling them to the ground.
I have a question for you.
What?
Will Flick's absence make any difference against Real Madrid? Completely unfair, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
The corrupt Javier Tebas mafia La Liga organization.
Mafiosos que son. Qué asco.
But will Flick not being on the bench have any bearing on how the game plays out against Real Madrid?
I don't know, man. I mean, I can't pretend that I've been in a situation at these stakes. First of all, any of the team sports I've always participated, played at, I've never been in a situation where our coach was ejected or not present, let alone at this level. On one side, you think with el peso de Flick, right? With his presence, with his importance and influence in this Barça dressing room, that figure not being there physically must have some sort of at least impact, whether major or minor. But then you're also like, look, they are professional enough to...
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, he's going to be there all week at training. He's going to be there arriving before the game.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like...
He's going to have... he's going to be with the team in the locker room. And then when they come out, for the music at the start of the game and the referee takes the ball, he's going to take a seat in the first row next to the bench.
Listen, it's raining goals over here, man. My boy, Marcus Rashford. Or how I like to call him, Marcus Rashford. He's Marcus Rashford. He's such a good guy.
It is kind of a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister. Marcus Rashford. Esto es fantástico. No offside, perfectly timed pass, beautifully.
The goalkeeper is in over his head.
Yes. And this can only be good before the Clásico, man.
He's not going to win the Yashin trophy this season, let's just say that.
Marcus. It's a nice goal. Come on. Listen, so anyway, you were trying to bring a more realistic, somber tone and talk about...
I was gonna ask about, now that Barca's in this super goal route, part of the psychological side of it is, some people would say, hey, they're peaking at the right time for El Clásico.
Mm.
And on the flip side, someone might say, yeah, couldn't we save some of these goals for the weekend?
No.
Or do they risk becoming overconfident?
No.
Coming into the game against Real Madrid? That's a half a dozen goals.
Yeah, no.
That doesn't happen every day.
Bro, this is exactly what... Let these boys feel confident, man. It was about time that we were going to play a game like this. This is a game that we could have been playing last season perfectly. And I accept that it's Olympiacos, and as you point out, a 10-man Olympiacos. But we also supimos sufrir in the first half. We knew how to suffer and go through those, quote-unquote, more strenuous moments and come out on top. And again, ahead of a Clásico.
I don't know if you also noticed, but it started this avalanche of goals right after Frankie de Jong came on.
Bueno, and Pedri still being on.
Yeah, the two of them are world class.
Yeah.
For my money, the best midfield duo out there.
Definitely.
Which it kind of puts a little more impetus, more onus, on the defense and on the attack, because the problem is the midfield.
Yeah.
I heard somebody against Girona in the game that I was watching at the bar try and blame the midfield for the defensive failures.
That's absurd.
And I was like, are you insane, bro? I was like, are De Jong and Pedri shoulder zero part of the blame. In fact, if we didn't have Pedri and De Jong, we would have lost more games this season already. They're the glue, just like holding the ship together, in my opinion.
There's no doubt about that. There's absolutely no doubt. The most informed midfield duo, hands down.
They're basically the best. I always like to look around the field and look at each player and say, which position does this player rank in his position in the world? Sorry, you know what I mean? Like Pedri and Frankie. They're like top. Pedri's the number one in his position in the world. I think that's,
for me, he's top
unanimous.
3 player. I mean,
and Frankie's a top 1, 2, 3, depending on who you ask. So it's like, you look around Barca's 11 and the guys they have on the field, and you say, in which positions do we have a top 3 player? And you have Lamine, you have Pedri, and you have Frankie. And you kind of want to go for Rafinha when he's there based on last season. But the rest of the team, and especially the defense, it's like, I'm sorry, don't go there. Like, Kubarsi is the best defender we have right now, and I don't think he's quite top 3.
Man, Eddie Garcia is the best defender we have right now.
He's not even top 10 in the world. Give me a break.
No, I agree. I mean, Kubarsi is having let's say, that sophomore slump, if you will, after his breakout season. Last season, he was phenomenal, and now he's not yet back at where he was. That's undeniable. He has to also. It's his age. He has to get used to a new partner. You know, he had that father figure in Inigo. I think Koundé has off moments, but all in all, he's still
correct. I would say that Koundé is one of the guys that they have that you could probably arguably say that he's top 3.
Definitely.
But he's also he's dropped off a little bit so far this fall. He has not been the same Koundé that we had last season.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he'll bounce back because he's that good of a player.
Yeah. Well, look, Rafinha hasn't been there. Like you said, Lewandowski hasn't been there.
For me, the biggest question mark probably coming into the season as far as a barometer of how the season might go is Rafinha. Because, he's 27, and last year he had a career year. And, I don't know whether he's a late bloomer, and now he's going to have 3 or 4 straight years where he scores at will. Or if it was a one-off.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of want to edge toward the possibility that Rafinha could be one of these guys that has a career year, 27, and he'll never score 20 goals again.
Well, not that many, maybe, but that doesn't mean he cannot be still very, very productive and assume that leadership role that in Inigo, for example. I mean, he was all capitão, man. He's all capitão.
But
he is the captain of this team.
But he scored 34 goals. And he had like 20-something assists. I mean, Rafinha was a machine last year.
Now you're going to see we should see more of a equal distribution of tasks where, those numbers for Rafinha were inflated to the point where he should have been at least in a conversation for winning the Balón de Oro. The fact that he wasn't is a disgrace.
That was robbery.
That was robbery.
He should have been on the podium.
Yeah.
No, that was one of the biggest carry jobs.
Yeah, totally, man.
That I've seen since Messi.
Absolutely
Carried Barca. Several seasons.
Yeah,
I mean,
for that consistent in those
Rafinha
big
carried
games.
Barca last season.
Massively.
I guess one of the hopes you can have is like, okay, so maybe he switches roles with Lamine, and Lamine will start scoring 35 per season. And Rafinha will drop off to 16, 17. I'll take it.
That would be normal.
As long as the goal total is the same, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm expecting. Now with, the other downer is Lewandowski's very obvious elephant in the room, his age, So the fact that he's on the worst end of 30, and how old is he now? 38.
Wrong end of 30. Yeah. He's obviously extremely physically fit, but there's a drop off.
And we can talk from experience.
I don't know what you talk about, bro.
You are very fit. You are
I
very
am a
fit.
spry 48-year-old
chicken. That is true. You are very fit, my friend. Absolutely. And what else is there? Then look, and Ferran Torres, man. You got to take his.
He had an excellent
factor.
season last year too.
Yeah, he's excellent. You got the Tiburon factor so far, unfortunately, has been out missing as well, and that's the thing. These new front three have to battle that. While Lamine is also coming back from injury, coño, this is his second, third game. tonight, he scored a goal.
I don't ever see Ferran Torres as a serious solution.
No, man, he's been good.
To a goal scoring need. Anything.
Again, you're being harsh. You're being very harsh.
My viewpoint is any production that you get out of Ferran Torres at all that's above mediocre, for me, it's just a bonus. Because I don't think I think he's just a role player.
Yes, dude, but give the role player the confidence to score goals, and he's been like his ratio, goal scoring game or goals to game ratio is pretty insane, man. Again, I think you're being harsh here.
Yeah, because he scored a lot of goals last season as a second half sub.
Exactly.
In reduced minutes.
I'm just saying, you don't have him neither.
I'll give credit to him last season too, man. He performed much better than I ever would have thought. But it's like,
you didn't believe in him. You didn't believe in him. You were of those people that would be like, Ferran Torres, 50 million. Oh my God, what do we do?
Well, he's definitely overpaid. But what I will say is that, like, so you start to analyze last season, and you look at all these guys that are they're journeyman players, and it seemed like for Barca last season, the stars lined up, and every guy that was, a slightly above average player had the best season of their career.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we said Flick, he had the magic wand. He was able to get the best out of every player. Bling, bling,
yeah, but
bling.
You've been around long enough in sports and football.
Yeah, I know.
Getting those kinds of players that are not bona fide superstars that are coming off a career year to get them to repeat that.
Well, but that's why on the Bulls,
it's not going to happen.
Mikey, on the Bulls, you had your John Paxson or Steve Kerr. They were the similar players, role players that still hit the clutch threes and helped them win championships, and that's what you're trying to do.
But they never had career years. Those guys were just they were very good consistently.
That's all
every year.
But
they never, like Rafinha last year. Rafinha.
Dude, with Rafinha being consistent, because there were moments where Rafinha looked off, and those were scary moments when you saw, because I feel that his mental, like his mind frame sometimes, his mental state on the pitch, he's almost his worst opponent. I feel like he's fighting mental battles that then get him frustrated, and you see him act up here and there a little bit as well. And don't forget, this is again a Rafinha who in his first few seasons, especially his first season under Xavi, will be very vocally expressing his frustrations of even getting substituted, like taken off. So this is somebody who holds himself up at a very high standard, and when he doesn't perform, like, you see him take a mental beating because of that. So a lo que voy, as long as he can stay consistent, I don't demand that high of a production, let's say, from him every season. I think that's unfair, especially after seeing that he didn't even crack top 3 in the Balón de Oro. He's like, what else do I have to do? So I think maybe that takes a hit on you.
Totally. You can't, and that's exactly my point. You can't expect Rafinha to put up those numbers every year. That's unfair.
Yeah.
But the reality is I'm thinking, how is Barca? I mean, we're Barca fans. Well, we're Barca insiders or fans.
Hey.
So my question is how does Barca get from where they are now at the end of this season? How does Barca improve upon what they did last season? And that's what we want, because anything less than what Barca accomplished last season is going to be considered a failure.
Yeah.
If Barca last season won the league, the Super Cup, and the Copa del Rey, did not win the Champions League. If Barca only wins 2 of those trophies this year, it will be considered a failure, essentially.
So we're talking Liga and Copa, or like what?
I don't know.
I said
question, because if they don't win La Liga, and if they only win the Copa del Rey and the Super Cup, that will be considered, I believe, a massive failure.
Copa del Rey alone is hardly ever considered a success. It could,
Correct.
it's always El Chupito, a little, watered down.
Correct. I mean, let's just assume for the moment Barça.
No vas a hacer un like a
Barca's
parade.
not gonna, I mean, I'm telling you right now.
Una rua. Hey, we let other clubs do ruas for Copa del Reis. You know what
right. Well, Barca's won so many titles in the last 15 years, so it's like
supposedly, and
I guess that's kind of where I'm getting at is that the club and the members are so jaded, and the fans, whereas 2 trophies will be considered a failure. That's not fair. It's just a reality.
No.
But it's a reality.
It's a reality. But look, if you're talking Copa del Rey, Supercopa, latter state, like semifinal de la Champions, y depende de la forma en que te echan. Like if it's like playing brilliant football and as exciting as last year. And in La Liga, mira, los putos árbitros, we're seeing how this season is being whistled. Man, I'm sorry, I'm taking that into consideration. What's happening so far is an abomination. I've never, es que, hablando de ligas peligrosamente preparadas, man. Like, this one parece muy preparada. Like,
well, Diego,
Christ.
I mean, last year's was too. It's just that Barca was so much better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Especially in the second half of the season, that the referees couldn't possibly have made up the difference. But the referees were, I think that there was an article in Mundo Deportivo that Barca won the league last year by 6 points in the end or something like that. But if the referees had been like fair, if you know what I mean, Barca would have won the league by like 25 points.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
They made it a lot closer than it needed to be.
Of course. Yeah, as they do.
But it's like, you can never bank on winning the Champions League.
No, you can't.
So it's just a hard competition to win.
Mm-hmm.
And with the way the defense is right now, unless Barca signs a stud center back in the winter transfer market, I'm sorry, I just don't see it. So it comes down to La Liga, and Barca's, if Barca doesn't win La Liga this season for whatever the reason, it's not going to be considered a successful year. So it's like, how does Barca get to that point? They need to have a lot of goal scoring production, and they need to stop giving up bad goals.
Yeah.
And, where are the goals going to come from?
God damn it, Mikey, man. Like, you really got away. Just take this thing out of... But end this 6-1 on a real positive note here. A real high.
We have all the credit in the world for 6 goals today.
Yeah.
But look at the outlook of the season. I guess we'll see what happens this Sunday against Real Madrid. That will be a big barometer as to how we can expect the next several weeks to go.
Well, dude, the thing is, I don't disagree with anything that you just said. That's the scary thing. I'm just like, your words were resonating, like hitting hard, and it just had me like, basically writing off this whole season already and seeing, echando a Hansi Flick, and with the elections coming up and, Diego, instability again at this club.
It's so easy right now to go out there with a 6-1 victory over 10-man Olympiacos and be like, we're back, baby. We're back. We're gonna kick Real Madrid's ass. We're gonna steamroll La Liga. Everybody's on a euphoric note for 6 goals, but it's like, all right, 6 goals. Let's see it next week. What have you done for me lately? Let's see it against Real Madrid. If they score 4 or 5 against Real Madrid, I'm all in, man.
Okay. I like that. I mean, it's asking a lot. Because you're asking this for a 5th consecutive time, and that is again a little bit unfair.
Well, that's not my prediction, man. My prediction is a low-scoring draw.
No, but what? That's what you said. But you're saying that the only way that this team can sway you over is by un baño, otra manita, or algo así en el Bernabéu, and I'm like, that's Xavi Alonso's side will have to be very bad. Which I think
I'm saying that if Barca puts up a 5 spot in the Bernabeu, that'll have me euphoric. If Barca can simply win in the Bernabeu, they will go. That will go a long way in convincing me that maybe this team has more than what I see right now.
Yeah, I hear you. Mm-hmm.
This is a 6-1 win over Olympiacos. It doesn't erase the performance against Girona. It doesn't erase the game against PSG. it does showcase their resilience. They bounce back, something that has defined Hansi Flick's team going back to last season. They're resilient. So, let's keep the B train running full steam ahead against Real Madrid this weekend.
Mikey, we're getting chats. The chats are flying in. Everybody's here for the post game. We've got Juarez, we've got Romeo 06, we got Amber, and Shiesty Talk.
Amber agrees with me.
Shiesty Talk. You can see the comments. Yeah, of course you can.
Current Barça is filled with role players. The pedigree to compete in UCL is missing. Man, I'm telling you, I don't want to be a pessimist, but they need to sign. They're going to have to sign somebody in the winter transfer market if they want to make a run at the UCL.
So who are you getting?
Olympiacos apart. 10-man Olympiacos apart.
Stop. Who are you getting?
I don't know. We can analyze that further down the road.
Could Inigo come back?
In theory, he could.
He could, right?
I think that the bigger issue is not who's available. I think it's who they can afford.
Well, obviously, yeah. That's been the issue every single transfer market since the past for the past 4, 5, 6 years.
I mean, if money was no object, you just go out there and you sign the best defender that's available or that's coming to the end of his contract, and you rent a guy for 6 months that's going to be a free agent next summer.
Or are you banking? Are you banking that Cubarsí and Eddie Garcia? Look, again, Eddie Garcia deserves praise, man. You're maybe not talking about a top 3 in his position, but at least he's been referring to role players right now. One of the role players that has stepped up big time.
Cubarsí is a world-class
talent. Come on.
Whether or not his experience level is enough at this point to bring them to a Champions League final, I have no question that in the future it will be. He will be of the cut of Carlos Puyol and Gerard Piqué, where he will dominate. But he's young still.
But Go on.
On the other hand, Eric Garcia, honestly, in what world are you going to win the Champions League with Eric Garcia as a starting defender? In my opinion, that's just like Fantasyland. It's Fantasyland. It's Eric Garcia. I'm sorry. He's not bad.
You don't trust him to keep up this form for an entire season.
No, not necessarily the entire season, because he's good enough to help them win the league. But I'm talking about quarterfinals, semifinals of the Champions League, ida y vuelta.
He stepped up against Inter.
Shut down players who don't make mistakes and are insurmountable. And I don't see him doing that.
I mean, I was going to mention his name. I wanted to make sure that he was actually on the team sheet today. Torrens, Joffre. You're talking about putting pressure on young players like Cubarsí, who are at least first team tested. I have a lot of trust.
First team tested.
I have a lot of trust in Joffre's future, but to put that weight on his shoulders right now is obviously too much of a burden to carry. Like, that's
it
not
doesn't
fair.
matter. Any player at that age, you can't expect them to be a shutdown defender in the knockout stages of the Champions League, just based on experience alone. Even Cubarsí's first season, there were moments where he was a little shaky in big matches. Last season took a huge step forward, and everybody knows Cubarsí is world class. There's a fine line between a world-class talent that has experience in the latter stages of the Champions League and who doesn't. It's the little things. It's like last season against Inter. You're in the lead, and all you need to do is run out the clock. You get the ball in your own end, you run to the corner flag. A 17-year-old with a stadium full of fans, raucous fans in an enemy territory, you need experienced guys to be able to do that.
Look, Marca, ruthless. Marca, did you pass them your titular or what for their portada? Los goles maquillan al Barça antes del clásico? That I feel like you could have come up with that.
I would.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Maquillan al Barça.
I just wanted to draw the spotlight to. You could make the argument either way. Yeah. You know, I think the danger is, and I think Flick will go into the locker room right now and he'll tell the guys, hey, this is the 6-1, nice win, but we have work to do. And you're not going to be playing 10-man Olympiacos on Sunday, and don't let it get to your heads.
Yeah.
Because I think if Barca wants to, take this game seriously in the Bernabeu, they can't let it get to their heads.
No. Look, I mean, again, I would sincerely hope that this team has enough humility, common sense to have their feet on the ground and see this game for what it is, which was dismantling a weakened opponent that, yes, you were far talented,
right?
Despite the absences of your key goal scorers.
And I will say this, having watched. I'm a sports nut going back many years in the NBA and the NFL and soccer and baseball and everything. There are games that are letdowns. And I think actually for Barca, it's very good news that Barca has to face Real Madrid this weekend. Because imagine if they win 6-1 against Olympiacos and then the next game this Sunday is like an away game at Getafe. Where the players are like, hey, we got this. We're not taking this seriously.
Totally. Exactly.
Then that's the risk of a letdown. But because 100%. It's in El Clásico, I think it gears them back up and allows them to mentally reset and say, hey, it's El Clásico.
Yeah.
So the risk of a letdown after a 6-goal outburst is far less. Because it's an El Clásico, it's better. Because, if they're playing like, Almeria or any other run-of-the-mill Spanish team this weekend,
and listen,
then you worry.
Listen, and I want to highlight Fermin once again, the fact that these players, key players, your shooters, your scorers, your players that need to catch confidence, because as you rightly pointed out, the problem was never in the midfield for Barça when it comes to Frenkie and Pedri. So never. You had Rashford needing to continue or get back to goal scoring ways. Fermin Lopez having a historic night in the Champions League by scoring a hat-trick. You had, Lamine scoring a penalty as well. So all the right people got to see the back of the net, and that is important as hell before this Clásico. To head in there with just, buenas sensaciones, as they say, like good sensations, a good feeling, a good vibe. And I think that's, it does more good than harm. To swing this in a negative, this result in a negative light is, I think, absurd. I would never go there.
Sure. There's no question about that, because the flip side is, Barca draws this game.
Yes.
Or loses this game or wins looking bad.
Yeah.
Then you start to worry about Real Madrid.
Exactly.
It's a balancing act. It's a balancing act, and you don't want to see them go into the game overconfident.
I don't think that's the case. There's something else I wanted to say. You brought up a point. Fuck, what was it again?
Dude, there might be kids listening in. Watch the language, bro.
Yes, that is true. You're right. In fact, I think I just heard my son chuckle. Maybe I'm being... Yes. Thank you for reminding me that. Hostia, now I'm totally derailed. There's something else you pointed out I wanted to share some light on. Share some thoughts on. Esto. No, nada que ver. The penalty, it was... Or the second yellow card, it was never a yellow card. And Barça is definitely lucky to have walked away with that regard by having that little, I guess, ayudita in that regard. This game against the 11 Olympiacos side could have been more taxing and more demanding. And
Olympiacos, all right, so they're second in the Greek Super League. They've only lost one game. They're not a pushover.
They weren't a pushover. They weren't a pushover in the last game in the Champions League against
They're a physical
Arsenal.
team.
Yeah. against Arsenal. And a team that create chances as well.
And they have a good coach.
And they got a solid coach in Manny Liban for sure. Bueno, no sé.
But it is a bit of an outlier, because a bunch of those goals came after they were up a man, and did look like Olympiacos kind of folded in the last 25 minutes. But yeah, you certainly can't be negative about the win. So like Marca, of course, that's par for the course for the Madrid-based press corps. La Central Lechera.
Correcto.
The Florentino press.
La Lechera, sí, exactly.
They're trying to play mind games.
Claro que sí.
But what do they say in sport?
En el sport, Fermín inyecta gasolina a un Barça que recupera su esencia.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The goal scoring is the essence. The fact
and
that
they have that Mundo Deportivo is also highlighting Fermín.
Okay, I haven't checked yet, but they bring up Dro as well. Dro, who had a tough debut in the game. He played, who was it? Real Sociedad. Didn't he play against Real Sociedad? And it was a bit of an underwhelming debut. He was taken off quite early in this game. He was much more present, and that's, again, you're talking about this 18-year-old kid from La Masia, man. It's
yeah, and he had a good preseason.
He had a great preseason. Yeah, exactly. And Rashford de nueve también. O sea, that's
take it with a grain of salt because they play, very weak opponents in the preseason, but it is, top flight football, and it's not a walk in the park.
Yes.
So have you looked at sport as well? Fermín inyecta gasolina a un Barça que recupera su esencia.
Te lo acabo de decir, coño.
You said that one, sport. Okay, sorry. Sorry. No. I think the WhatsApp connection. I was driving through a tunnel.
Right. Got it.
So Fermín is the man of the hour. I think Flick's going to have a decision to make. Is Fermín going to crack the starting 11 against Real Madrid?
A ver, dilo otra vez. I was reading something.
Is Fermín going to crack the starting 11 against Real Madrid?
Of course he is. That's the point. You need a player like that. So circling back to the point I was trying to make, you need a player like Fermín who understands, he's got the passion for this Clásico. Fucking hates Madrid. Escucha, again, excuse my French, part of my language, pero es tan anti-madridista como Gaspar y como yo.
Yeah. I remember Fermín when he scored against Real Madrid in Dallas in the summer tour a couple summers ago. An absolute golazo. And he ran over to the flag and just got the fans pumped up. Yeah, Fermín, but there's something to be said where Fermín brings on after the game is kind of settled in and the starting players from the opponent are kind of tired out around minute 50, 60 to bring on somebody with the gasoline, not to steal sports headline, the spark to just change up the rhythm and bring on that kind of energy, I think makes him doubly effective.
Totally.
And for me, in starting the game when everybody's kind of just getting the lay of the land and getting him, by the time the game rolls around to minute 60, 70, I don't know how effective Fermín is in the last 20 minutes of the game if he's been out there for 60 minutes. I mean, it's just a consideration to think of, which I think is the mindset of Flick, because Fermín hasn't been getting the minutes recently.
Well, he's been injured as well.
Yeah, but he is clearly deserving of a starting role. So it's
it's look, this is Fermín's breakout year. I'm gonna poner mis huevos en la mesa, encima de la mesa, and say that Fermín this year is gonna have a better season than last season. And I think last season he was great. I think this season he's gonna play with a chip on his shoulder. He's gonna want to prove a point, one, that he should be a starter, and he is quote unquote lucky in the sense that he's competing against somebody donde hay pique aparentemente between him and Gavi, that Gavi is not in action, that he's missing in action, and he's nursing a long-term injury. So this is
even that Gavi,
and he was on the point of the irse. He was on the point of leaving on a transfer to Chelsea. So
well, that's an interesting point. That story, I think a lot of people forget about. But the backstory to that is that there were rumblings in the dressing room. People were not happy with Fermin in the summertime when the Chelsea rumors came about, because they didn't feel like he was that he wasn't forcefully quashing those rumors as much as he should have, according to some people.
There was rumblings that he wanted a contract improvement.
That he was either trying to force Barca's hand to pay him more money, or that he was just sitting quietly in the background watching a bidding war unfold, basically to boost his ego. And I think Flick, there were, and I don't think that the rumors. Flick wasn't too thrilled about that whole situation either, because he had always placed his faith in Fermin and had made it clear that he didn't want Fermin to leave. And Flick didn't like the continuous stories coming out about the possibility of Fermin leaving. And he felt that Fermin should have come out and just said, hell no.
That's right.
Like right away.
So, we obviously... We don't know. We cannot confirm any of this. That's what I heard as well. I heard these reports.
We can't confirm or deny.
Can't confirm or deny. Yeah.
It's out there.
I think I want to think that has been squashed. Fermin, like so many players on this squad, is in Flick sees a bit of a fatherly-like figure. I don't know to what degree. That will depend on each. For example, him and Gavi as well. Flick and Gavi are very close. All these kids are literally that. They're young, obviously very talented and professional athletes, but very young. And Flick definitely had this impact on them where causó como un respeto, right? There was a respect towards Flick, the figure of Flick, in that initial season, that I don't know in that second season if that kind of waters down a little bit, if that formality is lost and that intimidation factor, if you will, or wanting to, be respectful, be on time. We know that he's anal about being on time. I don't know if you place any validity neither. Flick obviously was very vocal in denying those reports that Lamine Yamal came late, and he was asked by Deco or Laporta to play him regardless of coming late. He was like, that's absolute bullshit. So he was adamant to squash those rumors. But
that sounds like a Florentino Perez story.
What do you mean by that?
So speaking of Fermin, check out this stat. Fermin Lopez has become the first Spanish player to score a hat trick for FC Barcelona in the history of the Champions League.
No me jodas. That's amazing.
First Spanish player.
Wow, that's incredible.
In toda la historia de la Champions.
Qué fuerte.
And there's a lot of good stats on Twitter from Opta. Barca have scored 6 goals in a European competition game for the first time since the second leg of the round of 16 in March 2017 against PSG. 6-1.
Hostia puta. Qué buen dato.
That's insane. I was at that game.
I was outside of the stadium doing a despawn.
I was in the press box tweeting for Barca, live tweeting the game in the first row of the press box at midfield. And I accidentally forgot to tweet the winning goal from Sergio Roberto because I was getting thrown on the floor and almost pushed out the window by the legions of journalists from all over that were like, it was bedlam in the press box. Well, it was bedlam in the stadium. But like after we were jumping around, I realized, oh fuck, I forgot to tweet the goal.
I thought you were gonna say by Patri.
It was like I forgot to tweet the goal. So the winning goal from Sergio Roberto came out like 3 minutes afterwards.
That's funny, man. Well,
But
you know
nobody
what?
cared.
What's funny is that I actually missed the goal. So I was recording. I had just launched D-Spot, this humble channel here that we are back in action with, by the way. Make sure, I don't know who's out there, but if you are new here, to subscribe and hit the bell notification. We drop Barça content with the inside scoop on a regular basis, whether it's live, pre-uploaded, pre-recorded material, or as you can see here, making my debut to watch along with my good friend Mikey Toll, who is here on the line, who should be here in video, but unfortunately my technical abilities and knowledge prevented me from this organizing the right way. But Mikey, we're gonna do this more often. I enjoyed this, man. Let me finish the point I was trying to make, though. D-Spot. I was doing a vlog, and I was around the stadium for that game, and I watched the game in the bar nearby, the Camp Nou. And, you know, when it was the final minutes, I was like, well, fuck it. Like, we're not going to win. You know, it's 5-1. There's seconds left. I'm going to go towards the stadium and see if I can already get some reactions because, hostia puta, pues, mira, what an effort. We were 1 goal away from qualifying. And I thought, let me wrap it up because I wanted to get home. You know, it was freezing out. And what a way to end the vlog on a loss, albeit a heroic exit. So I'm walking from the bar down the La Rambla esta, and as I'm interviewing the first people, you know, the stadium erupts. It's well, obviously, you know, you were there. Absolute insanity, but and people started to rush back in, and a fight broke out between security guards and people trying to rush back in. I have it on tape. You should, if you haven't, it's actually one of the more popular videos on this humble little channel, and so check it out. But yeah, that was funny. I can't imagine what it was like inside though, Mike. Man, that's fucking awesome. That's
It was literally shaking. If there had been a Richter scale,
yeah,
it would have been,
yeah,
you know, like a 9.8 earthquake. I thought the stadium was coming down, man.
It's like when Dino scored in La Noche del Gazpacho on the Richter. Apparently, it's like a record that at that specific moment in time, it hit a new high of how loud it was in Barcelona, in the city.
Yeah, that was insane. That was an insane night.
Yeah. Jesus, man. Well, you know what bothers me so much whenever I reminisce about that night and you know that fucking tie, that knockout round, is the way we then exited against Juve in the next. It's like it was such a downer. It was so like, man, we're gonna kill it. The Champions League is, you know, Neymar is just gonna steamroll ahead and lead this team, and the way it just ended with.
It was a classic. Yeah, well, it was what I was talking about before. It's
Luis Enrique letdown. Out, Lucho out, Neymar out. It was just.
It's a classic letdown.
Classic Barça letdown. You know, classic Barça letdown.
After that game, it was, you know, we are destined to win the Champions League. Nothing can stop us now.
Nothing can stop us. Yeah.
And then it was like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Don't get too crazy about 10-man Olympiacos.
No, I know. Obviously, I know. But hey, the season is young, and we needed this win after the loss against QSG, getting back to winning ways and doing so in convincing fashion. Look, it's the upper that we needed, at least to head into this next match with good vibrations.
This is why we watch sports and why we love sports, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They have to play the games, and you never know. I guarantee you something this Sunday is going to happen against Real Madrid that is going to blow our minds. What is it going to be? I don't know.
I hear you, man. Well, look, I want to end this one on a positive before you go down your... So I'm going to take it for what it's worth. I want to ask, or I want to thank rather, Yeshe for becoming a silver minion. Much appreciated. Hey, you are officially the second sub on this channel. And Your support is much appreciated. Go give Mikey as well. Mikey, plug your channel, plug your pod. It's an excellent podcast, Barça related, of course. Go.
What do you want? Mic Drop FC.
Mic Drop FC. I didn't remember the name. Otherwise, I would have said it. Mic Drop FC. You're everywhere. You got to continue, though. I see you're taking a bit of a hiatus. Keep uploading.
After the two international breaks, too close together, and the team's poor form, and I've been involved with other stuff with my kids and other things with work. But we'll get back on the horse.
Do it. Well, and we're gonna keep doing these kind of streams as well, as we're seeing Dro getting interviewed from our former colleagues. Mikey, there any last thoughts, man? I'm gonna go get some dinner as well and say what's up to the fam. I haven't seen them.
You've abandoned the family.
I've abandoned the family.
Last thoughts. Buddy. Let's say a good win for Barça.
Mm-hmm.
6 goals. I don't care how they come, against which team or what the conditions of the game are. 6 goals is a lot of goals. And let's hope it carries over to the Bernabeu on Sunday, that the team's rested up, that a couple of those guys that were in street clothes will be in the convo for the weekend, and that they'll go out there and give them hell and beat the shit out of Real Madrid, because sometimes I'm going to be realistic about Barca. Not a free pass, but man, I hate Real Madrid.
Yes.
So
that is something we can all agree with.
Yeah, I hope that we kick their ass.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. No lifelines. Ni agua. Al enemigo, ni agua. I 100% sign off on what you just said, Mike. I want to appreciate as well you joining this stream, this historic stream, the first watch along on the spot. The mission was to break some milestones as this channel and on the social media. I'm seeing some nice and steady growth. So I want to thank you guys for the support. Continue to support this channel, Mikey's channel, the Mic Drop, and we will be back for another stream pues lo antes posible. Este fin de no, porque mira, me voy a Madrid. I'm going to be in Madrid, my friend.
So you're not going to do the Clásico, because that's a big one for your channel, my friend.
Well, I'm going to be doing it, but from Madrid. I'm going to be going to a bar, and I've invited Miguel Pereira, the author of Pasión, a book about Spanish football. I've invited Gabriel from the Barça pod, and anyone that's watching or whoever's around and in town, be sure to pop by. I will announce the bar in the next few days, but I think I have one in mind that's close to the hotel in Chamberí. I lived in Madrid for 4 years, Mikey, so it's I have
Sorry to hear that.
No, dude, it were 4 wonderful years. Mira, el problema con Madrid son los madridistas. Los madrileños, no. It's a wonderful city.
There are a lot more problems with Madrid.
Dude, as a city, and in my 20s and early 30s, it was a wonderful, wonderful time.
It's a clean city. There's no question about that. It's modern and clean, but
I don't want to get
no mountains, no sea.
Well,
landlocked, yes. freezing as hell in the wintertime. Hot as hell in the summertime. Give me Barcelona every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Well, that's why we moved there. Besides the fact that, my mom is from here, we have family, and it made sense when we got our boy. All right, man. On that note, I gotta go see the fam. All right.
I'm from Philadelphia, man. So Barcelona beats Philadelphia 10 times over.
Hombre, es que for me es la mejor ciudad del mundo.
They should have filmed Rocky in Barcelona. Running up Montjuic.
That's saying something. Man, wow. That's saying something from somebody from Philly. To take away that iconic moment from the city of Philly would be taking a bit of the soul out of it. I don't think you mean that.
You could run
I don't think you mean that.
Run up the steps of Montjuic.
Yeah, man, come on, man. I'm not even signing up to that. No.
That's all right.
Keep rocking in Philly, and keep rocking as well, Mikey. We'll see you on the next one, bud. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. 6-1. Up next, the Clásico. So stay tuned for more content. Peace out.